In this video, we're taking a look at the Range Oscillator by Zeiierman on TradingView. This indicator is designed to track real-time momentum inside any market range, highlight bullish and bearish pressure, and alert you when price is preparing for a potential breakout. It automatically adapts to volatility, identifies strong and weak zones, and shows when momentum is building, slowing down, or reversing, all directly on the oscillator. By the end of this video, you'll understand how to use it for trend reversal and divergence setups with clear confirmation from momentum strength, so make sure you stay tuned till the end. First, open TradingView and click on the Indicators tab at the top of your chart. Next, type Range Oscillator into the search bar. Select the indicator by Zeiierman, and it will immediately load onto your chart with the default settings. Alright, once you load the Range Oscillator indicator onto your chart, here's what you'll notice immediately. When the oscillator prints green bars, it means bullish pressure is building. If those green bars rise consistently, momentum is strengthening, and price is gaining upward expansion. When the oscillator prints red bars, it shows bearish pressure. A steady drop in the red zone confirms weakening price and increasing downward momentum. Now, whenever the oscillator pushes above plus 100, that's a sign that price is attempting to break out of its normal volatility range to the upside. This often happens during strong bullish continuation moves. On the other hand, when the oscillator drops below negative 100, it signals a potential bearish breakout as price expands beyond its usual range to the downside. In short, the indicator gives you a simple visual map of how strong or weak the market really is, and whether a breakout or reversal may be developing. Now let's move into the settings of the Range Oscillator, and I'll keep this really simple so you know exactly what each option does. First, we have the minimum range length. This tells the indicator how many candles it should look at when defining a range. If you increase the value to 100, the indicator slows down and focuses on bigger, stronger ranges. If you decrease it to 10, it reacts faster and picks up shorter-term movements. Most traders can just leave this at the default of 50. Next, we have the range width multiplier. Think of this as the sensitivity control. A higher multiplier like 10 creates a wider range and smooths out the noise, giving cleaner signals. A lower multiplier like 1 tightens the range and makes the oscillator more sensitive to small price changes. Again, the default setting works perfectly well for almost every market. Moving down, you'll see the number of heat levels. This simply controls how many strength zones the oscillator displays. More heat levels give you more detail. Fewer levels make the view simpler. It doesn't affect performance, so leaving it at the default is totally fine. And lastly, we have the minimum touches per level. This tells the indicator how many times price must interact with a level before confirming it. If you raise the value, the indicator waits for stronger, more reliable touches. If you lower it, the confirmation happens faster, which makes it more responsive. You can click OK to save the settings. Now let's move into our first trading setup using the Range Oscillator. We're simply combining a trendline with the Range Oscillator to create a clean and reliable setup. For a buy trade, here's what you want to look for. Start by checking the Range Oscillator and make sure it's forming a series of lower highs. This tells you bearish momentum is weakening. Once you confirm that, take your trendline tool and draw a bearish trendline downward, connecting those lower highs on the oscillator. From here, all you're waiting for is a breakout. The moment price breaks above that trend line, that becomes your entry signal. Enter your long position as soon as the breakout candle closes. Place your stop loss just below the most recent swing low. And set your take profit at a 1 to 1.5 risk-to-reward ratio. If you allow the trade to play out, you'll notice price pushes upward smoothly, and the setup easily hits the take profit target. Now let's flip the logic for the sell trade, and the process is just as simple. First, you want to look at the Range Oscillator and make sure it's forming a series of higher lows. This tells you that bullish momentum is fading, and the market may be preparing for a move downward. Once you confirm that structure, pick your trendline tool and draw a bullish trendline upward, connecting those higher lows on the oscillator. From here, your job is to wait patiently for the breakdown. As soon as price breaks below that trend line, the shift in momentum is confirmed. Enter your sell position at the close of the breakout candle. Place your stop loss just above the recent swing high and set your take profit target at a 1 to 1.5 risk-to-reward ratio. If you let this trade run, you'll see price drop smoothly as bearish momentum takes over, allowing the trade to hit the take profit target with ease. Now let's move into the second trade idea, which is the divergence trade setup. This one is very powerful because it helps you catch early reversal signals before the move fully develops. Here's what you need to look for. Make sure the range oscillator is forming a series of higher lows, while price on your chart is creating a series of lower lows. This mismatch is known as regular bullish divergence, and it tells you that bearish momentum is weakening underneath the price drop. Once you spot that, draw a downward trend line on price by connecting the lower lows. Then draw an upward trend line on the oscillator by connecting the higher lows. This gives you a clear visual confirmation of the divergence. From here, you simply wait for your buy trigger. That trigger comes when price breaks above the swing high created during the divergence. Once price closes above that swing high, enter your buy position. Place your stop loss just below the swing low and aim for a 1 to 1.5 risk-to-reward ratio. If you allow the trade to run, you'll notice how price pulls away from the divergence zone and climbs smoothly, eventually reaching your profit target without struggle. And as you can see, the trade hits the take profit level cleanly. Now let's reverse the concept for the sell-side divergence setup, and the process is just as simple. First, you want to see the opposite type of divergence forming. Price should be creating a series of higher highs, while the range oscillator is forming a series of lower highs. This is called regular bearish divergence, and it signals that bullish momentum is weakening, even though price is still pushing upward. Once you confirm this pattern, take your trendline tool and draw an upward trend line on price, connecting the higher highs. Then draw a downward trend line on the oscillator by connecting the lower highs. This gives you a clean visual confirmation that momentum no longer supports the upward move. From here, you simply wait for your sell trigger. Your entry comes when price breaks below the swing low formed during the divergence. As soon as that breakout candle closes, enter your sell position. Place your stop loss just above the recent swing high and target a 1 to 2 risk-to-reward ratio. If you let the trade play out, you'll see price roll over smoothly as momentum shifts to the downside. Eventually, the trade slides into profit and hits your take profit target with ease. So, to wrap things up, think of the range oscillator by Zeiierman as your market pressure gauge. It doesn't just tell you if the market is overbought or oversold with static lines. It visually maps the intensity and context of the price movement within its current volatile environment. The core innovation here is its adaptive range detection. Instead of fixed levels, it builds a dynamic range based on ATR and recent price movement, which means it automatically adjusts to both quiet and chaotic markets. The heat map coloring then takes it a step further, showing you not just where price is relative to equilibrium, but with what kind of momentum, whether it's a strong, decisive move or a weak, hesitant one. You can use it to confirm trend strength when it stays in the green or red zones, spot potential breakouts when it pushes beyond the plus or minus 100 extremes, find mean reversion opportunities as it crosses back toward the zero line, and even catch divergences for early reversal signals. But here's the crucial part to remember. This is a sophisticated tool that interprets market structure, not a magic crystal ball. Its effectiveness depends entirely on your settings, like the minimum range length and heat map sensitivity. A setting that works perfectly on a 1-hour chart might be useless on a 5-minute chart. So, my strong recommendation is to take the time to experiment with it. Play with the range width multiplier, adjust the number of heat levels, and see how it behaves on different assets and timeframes. Test it thoroughly in a demo environment before even considering it for live trades. I'm really curious to know, do you prefer this kind of dynamic, heat map-based oscillator over traditional ones with fixed overbought, oversold lines? Let me know your preference and why in the comments below. If this deep dive into market structure and momentum was helpful, please support the channel by liking this video, subscribing for more advanced content like this, and hitting the notification bell so you don't miss our next analysis. Disclaimer: As always, this indicator and its signals are for educational purposes only. They do not constitute financial advice. All trading involves risk, and past performance is not indicative of future results. You are solely responsible for your own trading decisions. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.